Yeah. This is your boy Kcee right here in the building. Abatwana bati Kcee wabatwana. Amachitati. Nigga what? Nigga who? Okay, we're right in Eastrand today, man, and we've got a gem from Eastrand representing the Eastrand hip hop scene. His name is Mischiveous Child.
Mischiveous.
Nigga what?
What's up, my G? What's up, Kcee?
What's up, man?
Man, I'm
right.
good.
Man, how's things, man?
Man, things have been up, like down. It's a roller coaster ride, you know what I mean? But anyway, everything is cool.
Everything is cool.
Yeah.
Okay, before we start off with this thing, we're going to introduce the brains that are making this happen.
Yeah.
First of all, FAC Worldwide, man. As you can see, Mischiveous is wearing the FAC Worldwide thing, the sweater. I'm on that tip also, the hood, there's the cap and everything.
Yep.
And just to introduce Mischiveous Child, he's our latest brand ambassador for FAC Worldwide, man.
Yep.
So he's a nigga that's going to be pushing for it.
No doubt.
And
No doubt.
And if you want to hit him up about any worldwide merchandise, you can hit him up.
Right, yeah.
And then you can hit up Umuriri, but under our screen there you can check up our social media handles.
Yeah.
You can hit us up on that. Alright, and then we've got Kcee Productions, man, for all your music production things, videos, you know, we do sound system, we do weddings, parties, you understand, even stadiums, man, we've got the music systems to hit you up with that, so hit us up. And then we've got also Divine Virgin Hair Studios, man, for all your straight hair, Peruvians, deep wave, and what. You can hit them up on Facebook on Divine Virgin Hair Studios. You can hit them up on that. So anything hair, those are one of our sponsors. We also have Evolution Graphic Works. You want to make posters? I know we sort of like hip hop orientated, and if you want to make posters, Evolution Graphic will make those for you. Print t-shirts and what. You hit them up. If you watch on the screen below, you see their social media handle. You can hit them up on that. And then finally, but not least, we've got 7-8 Inc. Sports Management Company in Canada. Big up to my boy Tuba and your sport management company. You also see their social media handle below here. You can hit them up. If you want sports management, whether you're a soccer player, manager, we're your boys. Understand? Alright, man. Miss.
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
Right.
Yeah.
Eastrand's finest.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Eastrand, stand up for your boy, man. I got your boy right here.
You know, that's what's up.
By the way, Mischiveous Child is a DJ on EAK FM 103.6. He also does the street DJing thing with the Hip Hop Sundays with Rashid K and Afro Brumer Boneng, man. Let's get there. How's that thing going, man? Because I think hip hop as a genre, ever since the League Club days, man, the Slackies, Soweto and everything, it was failing to have a stamp on the streets. We need to take hip hop back to the streets.
Yeah.
So how's that hip hop Sundays going, no Rashid like K?
Well, I think Rashid is playing like a good bro. You know what I'm saying? Because he's actually taking a whole lot of cats. You know, basically, he doesn't choose whether most of the cats are famous or the upcoming artists. He's just taking them, putting them under his wing, and he's actually doing a lot because he's actually promoting a whole lot of artists. We actually need the platform. You know what I'm saying? Because basically, there's a whole lot of artists, you know, in the industry. Yeah. But I think they're being overshadowed by the gatekeepers, because the so-called gatekeepers. You know what I mean? So you know, they overshadow some of these artists, and some of these artists are very much talented, but they don't get the opportunity to actually go in the industry and get the, you know, what they deserve. So I think like Rashid K is actually doing a great part, whereby he's doing a joint venture where he's meeting up with the old school. He's showing out what you call these new cats, you know, including the old school cats. At the same time, he's actually keeping the culture alive. I think his role is very crucial to the game. You know what I mean? Like he's playing a huge role. You know
so I think Rashid K has got that concept, because hip hop is becoming too commercial. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But he's taking back to the streets where it belongs.
Yeah, that's where he started, basically. You know what I mean? Yeah. Basically, if you wanna see like the real talent is in the streets. You know what I'm saying? What you see just in the screen, it's in the media, is very much different from what you actually see on the streets. Because when you go to the streets, the talent right there, you find it that it's so raw. It's raw talent. You know what I'm saying? You meet one of the creative, like, what you call artists right there, you know what I mean? And when you go to the media, you find like some of the people who have like ghostwriters, you know what I'm saying? They cannot write their own songs, you know what I'm saying? They just sign to a certain record label, they just, paying possum or paying, puppet to the system. But most of the artists that you find in the street, they're very much talented. That's why I'm saying, like, what Rashid Kcee is actually doing is very much, crucial to the game, because we do need that raw street talent, you know what I'm saying? That's where like the real rap is, that real rap element. That's where you actually get it, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, wait.
No doubt.
All right, so tell me, we're still on that Rashid Kcee Hip Hop Sundays type of thing.
Yeah.
What really does the guy do, man, in terms of hip hop? Because do you guys do sci-fis? Do you freestyle? And okay, I know you're the DJ there sometimes, understand? And, but the boys that come there, what are they expected to do? Do they come with a sci-fi game or the freestyle game and everything? And then, because the reason why I'm asking, because as Fake Worldwide, I'm going to officially put it to you guys now. We're going to try and sponsor the winner of any cipher or freestyle thing at the Hip Hop Sundays there in Maboneng and Afro Brew. Because Maboneng and Afro Brew every Sunday, go there, you might fucking wrap your way into a Fake Worldwide cap or t-shirt or sweater and everything. All right, man. Okay, let's come back to you, man.
Yeah.
You are a DJ on the streets.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah.
You hip hop DJ on the streets. Okay, like we said, Afro Brew, Maboneng, Hip Hop Sundays. You're one of the DJs there. But you also a radio DJ, man.
Of course.
Eastrand. That's why I said earlier, Eastrand, stand up for your boy, man. EAK FM 103.6 every Friday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Yeah.
You're doing hip hop.
Yeah, exactly.
You're talking hip hop.
Yeah, exactly.
What aspect of hip hop do you talk about, man?
Man, you know what? When it comes to the hip hop, I talk as hip hop like as a culture. You know, and I talk like hip hop as a culture. You know, when you look at hip hop, it's just an element.
Yeah.
Not just as a culture. You're looking at you don't have the broader perspective of what the culture is, because hip hop is what we live and rap is what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite quotes from my favorite street what you call activist or street pioneer of the culture, KRS-One. He said hip hop is the culture, is what we live, and rap is what we do. So on my show, we talk about all the elements. Like we have 9 elements, which form out the culture. We're talking DJing, MCing, graffiti. We're talking, your MCing. We're talking street entrepreneurialism. We're talking street language. We're talking, street code. We're talking street fashion. And all of this stuff. So we actually, my show, it has like all of those elements. You know what I'm saying? Because hip hop, it's a culture. It's similar to every culture. Like if you look at Zulu people, they have their language. We have their own language. They have their dress code. We have all, you know what I'm saying?
Chaga influence.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? They have their own, their own language. We have our own language as hip hoppers. You know what I'm saying? They have their own music, which is Katami. We have our own music that we do, which is called rap, which is rhythm, and which includes rhythm and poetry. So my job, in my show is to keep, the culture going. You know what I'm saying? Keeping the culture alive, because that's what I've been told by the streets. Actually, they call me # middleman between streets and radio. You know what I'm saying? Middleman between streets. So that's what I do. Yeah, I take the music from the streets and put it on radio. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I just open up an opportunity for the upcoming artists, or some of the artists which I know which are on the streets, which have so much talent to offer. All
right, tell me. The other day I was listening to a radio show. It was on Friday, as usual, 7 p.m.
to
9 p.m. If you want to stream live from anywhere in the world, it's EAK FM.
It's www.ekfm.co.za. www.ekfm.co.za. That's where you can stream us live.
So I was listening to Mischiveous Child and his boys there discussing hip hop.
Yeah.
And the topic was, what's the difference between hip hop and rap?
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah.
I have my own take on it.
For sure.
But I want to find out about your take, then I'll get back to my own take.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why we discussed what's the difference between hip hop and rap, because as I said from the start, like most of the people don't have like the broader perspective when it comes to hip hop. People, when you talk hip hop, they think music only. They don't think about the culture, that this is what we live. I wake up in the morning, I live hip hop, I breathe hip hop, I dress hip hop, I talk hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So that was a difference, basically. That's the reason why I was asking people, like, do they know even what's the difference between hip hop and rap? Basically, hip hop, as I said, it's hip hop, it's culture. You know, it's what we live every day. It's something that you live. And rap is what we do as part of the music, or what are the elements which actually form the culture. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember one time I had these kids on my show, and then I posed this question to them, like, openly. You know, and so I was like, what's the difference? Do you guys know what's the difference between hip hop and rap? You know, the answer which I found was what they were saying was quite hilarious. Because what they told me was, you know, hip hop is underground, and I mean, rap is underground and hip hop is commercial. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can just tell, you know, these people are actually lost. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's the reason why I decided to talk about it and see, since it's Hip Hop Appreciation Month, since it's November, hashtag Hip Hop History Month, since it's November. You know, November, if you don't know, hip hop is actually given, you know, a month where we can celebrate it. You know, it's Hip Hop Appreciation Month, which is November. So that's the reason why I wanted to talk about the difference between hip hop and rap, and see how many people I actually acknowledged when it comes to hip hop and rap.
Because I was introduced to hip hop when I was 18, man.
Yeah.
The first time I heard NWA, I was like, these niggas is saying the American president doesn't represent the project. Fuck, they've got the balls, you understand? So I got hooked up to hip hop back then. So my take on it has been that hip hop is a culture.
For sure.
You understand? And rap is part of the hip hop culture. Like you say, graffiti, ciphering and everything, you understand? So for the small little niggas that don't know much about hip hop, rap is part of the hip hop culture. It's the singing type, it's the rapping type.
For sure.
And hip hop is a culture. It's the way you dress,
the way
you talk, the way you walk, the way you wear your teams.
Exactly. Everything.
So it forms the culture, the poetry and everything.
For sure.
So we're there. And then let's move on, man. We're talking hip hop. I know you're very knowledgeable in terms of hip hop. And I just want you. Okay, hip hop is not a South African thing, as we all know. It's a culture that we sort of like adopted from America. Your top five hip hop cats in terms of the American scene. Doesn't matter from 1973 to the present.
Now. Okay.
And then, let me just give you two questions.
Okay.
And then your top five. I'll tell you what my take on it also after that. Your top five hip hop songs ever, rap songs ever.
Okay.
From the genre from 73, man.
To right
now.
now.
I'll put you on the spot.
Okay. Okay, let me check my top 5 hip hoppers. You know, I'm gonna include even some of the South African artists, right?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, let me start with let's start here in South Africa.
Okay, maybe let's not say South African now. I'll come to the South African game. Let's do the overseas game. Especially the American game.
Okay, let's start with the likes of KRS-One. Because
KRS-One is your top 5. Okay, let's not do particular order, then it becomes controversial.
Okay.
It boils down to Biggie and Tupac most of the time. I talk to cats.
Okay, let me talk about KRS-One, then I have Jadakiss. Jadakiss is one of my favorites.
Fuck! That nigga is very underestimated.
Well,
underrated.
Underrated.
Yeah. That nigga is fucking dope. Man.
Okay. Third one, let me see, Last Emperor.
Yes.
Last Emperor. I think like Last Emperor has a lot to offer in the game, unless you don't actually know what he's actually talking about. And my fourth one, it has to be Mad Skills. Mad Skills. And number 5, let me see. Well, I can include your Mos Def and your Talib Kweli's or Black Star. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right. Okay. So those are the cats that you really fuck with.
Yeah, a lot.
And then in terms of tracks. My top 5 tracks of all time to fuck with internationally.
Okay, KRS-One. I'll have to start with KRS-One. Step Into the World. That's my first one. Second one, I can include Wu-Tang Clan Triumph. Let me see. My third one, I can include your Roster 5 now, Rock City. Maybe my fourth, it can be Last Emperor, Monumental. 5, let me see who I can give it to. My fifth one. Okay, let me give it to Mad Skills featuring Freeway. You don't know.
Alright, great, man. Okay. This is not a one-way type of interview that we ask you shit. Okay. I also have to chop in, man. Okay, my top 5 cats. Cats. Not the music, cats.
Cats, yeah.
Man, I always put Method Man up there, man.
Oh, man, Tikal.
Okay, he was part of Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang Clan,
I think Method Man had a different style of representation in terms of
dropping bars, lyrics, flow,
and even the way it sounds.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna put Method Man there, man. And then obviously I always put Rakim. You know.
Oh, Rakim, the chef.
The chef.
No,
not the chef. Not Raquan.
Raquan is the chef. I thought you were talking about
now that
Raquan.
we talk of Raquan is also there also. The chef from Wu-Tang.
Chef,
But there's Rakim.
Rakim, the god.
He's
the
a
god
bit
MC.
from way
the
back.
God MC.
Yeah, he's a bit from way back. So I'm going to put Rakim there.
Rakim,
I'll put Raquan. I'm going to put Method Man. That's the Wu-Tang clan.
Okay.
But I think a lot of niggas never really noticed the game because he was in and out. I think the game, it was very dope.
Yeah.
He actually, I think, is a bridge between the old school and the new school.
Cats.
You understand? The new cats.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put the game there, man, understand?
Yeah.
I'm going to stay clear of Tupac and Biggie because then it becomes controversial, you understand? So with then, after, I'm going to put, okay, I've mentioned 3, man. Which are the 2 cats? Okay. I think Ice Cube is very underrated, man.
Oh,
but
no Vaseline, no Vaseline.
Ice Cube, even bigger than you with the West Side Connection. I think Ice Cube was dope as a lyricist. A lot of cats don't watch out for Ice Cube. Understand?
Yeah.
Because maybe he's too old school and these guys are young. Understand?
I think so. But I think I don't think you actually. I don't think you actually old. Yes. Yeah. I think you never old for rap. I mean, you take a look at
that's 4.
Yeah.
And then my fifth cat, I'm gonna go new school, man. I think Kendrick. Kendrick is killing it.
Kendrick is good.
I'm gonna put Kendrick there. Understand?
Just drop it a bit. Yeah. Sharp.
Okay. And then I'm gonna talk my top 5 tracks.
Okay.
I think the number 1 hip hop track of all time. The Shook Ones.
Oh, Mobb Deep.
Rest
in peace to Prodigy. And
every time I'm walking in the morning, I've got my headphones on. I'm Shook Ones.
Man, that's a classic right there.
I'm Shook Ones.
That's a classic.
It's a very big classic.
Very classic.
A lot of those new hip hop cats need to learn about that, man. They need to listen to music broadly. Besides fucking Amigos. And Amigos and the rest of the boys sound the same. Because back then, niggas never sounded the same.
Yeah. You know what's the problem? What's the problem with these new cats? These new cats, I don't think they embrace originality. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with these new cats. These new cats, they more into, sounding like who, or this is guy. I mean,
if I sound like who, then I'm great.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's not hip hop.
If you check out the old school cats, you have like a whole lot of cats who didn't sound the same. We can take for an example your Master Ace. Your Master Ace didn't sound like your Mobb Deep, and your Mobb Deep never sounded like your who you call your LL Cool J's, or your LL Cool J didn't sound like what you call Jay-Z, or your Jay-Z didn't sound like Raquan the Chef, or Raquan the Chef didn't sound like Method Man. Everybody back in the days, they embrace originality. Nowadays, most of the cats, they want to sound like who and who. My advice to you guys is to be original, because if you don't become original, I don't know what people will love you for. You don't even have to imitate anybody. Exactly. You just need to be yourself. Do you. Don't do you. Don't do the next cat. You know what actually I find awkward nowadays, because some of these cats, they flow. They sound the same. You listen to this cat, he sounds like who, and you listen to this cat, he sounds like who. You know what I'm saying? That's my problem nowadays. You don't find like a real original cat, who does the style like, original. Right now, you just talk about Kendrick. Kendrick, I think is one of the authentic artists. You know what I'm saying? Very creative.
J. Cole are holding it.
Well, I love J. Cole. I love the fact that he's very conscious. You know what I'm saying? He can tell you about some of the problems. He actually tells about what's running in the hood. I mean, it cannot be one of my favorite lyricists, but I love the conscious behind his music. You know what I'm saying? He's very conscious. Very conscious. So artists need to be very authentic at the same time. Be very creative. You don't need to sound like who and who. You know what I'm saying? That's what rap is about. Being original. You know what I'm saying? Never sound like who and who. You know what I'm saying? Alright,
let me finish my top 5 in terms of the tracks. So I said what did I say? Fuck, I'm forgetting.
Oh, you said Tikal?
No, I said Mobb Deep, Shook Ones. Number 1.
Yep.
Alright. Then I've got the game Dreams.
Oh,
yeah, man.
The documentary.
I think at that time, when the documentary came out and that dream chick, I was actually craving proper hip hop at that time because a lot of niggas were going trap then, man. And then the game hit us up. Then I was like, fuck, this nigga is good.
Yeah.
This nigga reminds me of my youth, of all the hip hop tracks that I listened to. Okay, that's the game. And then of course, still Dre.
Oh, okay. Chronic 2000.
Yeah, man.
Chronic 2000.
I love that track.
I think that album is very classical, eh?
Yeah, it's very
classical.
Yeah,
Very
it's
classical.
very classical. Yeah, you can say that again.
Yeah.
And then my fourth album was West Side Connection. I'm bigger than you.
Okay.
These niggas ain't bigger than me. Man, fuck. WC, Mac 10, Ice Cube.
Okay.
Killed it with that track.
Mac 10, I think, is one of the good. Yeah. And
He probably is white, but at that time we were not looking at the complexion.
You know what?
We only started looking at the complexion after Eminem, and then we started debating like, fuck, hip-hop
You know what?
is all
Hip-hop,
white.
you know what? People think like hip-hop is based upon, race. But if you go back to the originality of hip-hop, you find like there were Puerto Ricans right there. You know what I'm saying? There was also, especially the graffiti, if you're talking graffiti, you find there was white people. When you're talking rapping, then you're talking black people. You know what I'm saying? I think the reason why we tend to own the culture as black people is the fact that you find a whole lot of rap artists right there, they black. You know what I'm saying? That's how we get to own the culture.
Okay, we started the culture.
Yeah.
And like any culture, we become a bit jealous if a stranger comes. Like what Eminem did. Eminem came there and killed the game and okay, should be dominated by any. Fuck that nigga. Okay, anyway, let's go back to my top 5. My last one is fuck, I had it in my mind right now, man. I'm forgetting it. It's I'm not really into the new cats, man. I'm always old school. It was
What about Mischief?
okay, we come to Mischief when we come to the local cats.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like it was Juice by Biggie.
Okay.
Man, when I heard the track, when the guy raps about him, his school teachers thinking he's fucking nothing, and then him making it, I was like, who the fuck is this fat kid? So that's my last.
Biggie was
Okay,
great.
You know what? Biggie was a lyricist. There's
Lyricist.
always that debate between Biggie and Tupac. You understand?
Well, yes, the two they had like different like perspective. You know, I mean, like Biggie. If you look at Biggie and you check out his lifestyle, he grew up as a guy who grew up from multiracial school. Multiracial school. Her mama was a teacher. You know what I'm saying? He actually put him on this privileged school. Biggie was never poor. You know what I'm saying? But he was actually telling some of the stories that he encountered as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was telling about what he saw in the hood. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about some of the stuff that he experienced in the hood. But he never grew up in a poor neighborhood. I mean, your mama actually came out.
He's rapped about...
He rapped about some of the stuff.
Of the poorest type of lifestyle.
Yeah,
he rapped about being poor, and then when he came out, the birthdays were never the same. You're sipping champagne and what. So, but besides that, I think Juice
is one of the classic
track, but man, really put Biggie on the map. Because he could then transcend the West and the East, the Central, the North, the South.
I think everybody could
the Puerto Ricans related to that.
That's what I'm saying.
So here's my top 5.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna recap: Biggie, Juice, Dreams, The Game, Still Dre, West Side Connection, Shook Ones.
Oh,
but I think my biggest hip hop track of all time is Shook Ones.
Oh, Shook Ones.
Niggas need to listen to that track again on repeat. Then they'll appreciate it. That's more deep. It is best.
Rest in peace to Prodigy.
But then, okay, now let's move on to the local game. Your top 5 cats of all time. We'll come to the music side. Your top 5 all cats of all time. The local game. We're talking South African local game.
You know, let's start about Zaps. Zaps is my first one. Zaps the last letter. Zaps the last letter. And my second one has to be Proverb. Proverb is one of my favorites. And my third one used to be Reason. I don't know what happened to Reason. I don't know what he's doing.
But you know what? Let me tell you something about Reason.
Yeah.
Reason is a great.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Reason only goes to the conscious of the true hip hop niggas that go conscious.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But so he's not really commercially great.
Yeah.
He's not gonna give you the gusheshe or the dog sheveleza type of bullshit. You understand?
No.
Which is not hip hop according to me.
Yeah.
It's fucking singing. You understand?
yeah.
But Reason gave us hip hop things, and us underground cats, the cats that really appreciate hip hop, appreciate Reason.
I grew up listening to Reason. Trust me, I grew up listening to Reason. I have like his whole lot of collection. Like
he's a lyricist.
He's a lyricist. I listened to him when he was featured by your Optical Illusions. If you know the Optical Illusions, I've listened to him. There was a mixtape back then called Maximum Sentence. I don't know if you ever got the mixtape right there. I mean, the dude was doing a whole lot of battles in YFM. The back in the days, the Rap Activity Channel was battling the rights of explicit. He was just a battle cat. So he has to be one of my top five.
So you start again. You got Reason.
I got Reason. I got Proverb. And I got Zops, Reason, and Reason the Mass. Zops. Is Reason. Zops. And my third one. Let me put on my third one. Hey man, it's hard to.
You've got three already. You've got Proverbs, Reasons, Zops.
Oh, Zops, yeah. And my fourth one has to be if I had looked at Cashless Society.
As a group,
but I'll just choose Snaz D from I know you got your Geminis right there, but Snaz D was one of my favorite MC. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he lost a couple of bells, but that doesn't make him a bad rapper. He's still a good rapper. Right, and cool. Also have my fifth one. I'm also going to Cape Town. I don't know if you still remember the group Cordessa.
Yes, I know
Cordessa.
Yeah, man.
If you remember
Fuck, I mean, Cape Town too.
If you still remember Cordessa.
That's my joint.
Okay, I remember also Mr. Devious. Rest in peace to Mr. Devious in Cape Town. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the greatest lyricists. And man, I can count a lot of lyricists right here. I also have local. I have my man Sebi Sosa is one of my greatest lyrics. You have Steezy Stylish from here in my hood. Yeah. I have you can go even to.
So your hood is actually talented. Strictly hip hop.
Strictly hip hop.
Which is why your radio show is successful because you got all the support from this Drizzy. What fucking.
You know what I mean? Like I bring cats from the streets, and some of these cats are very worth it. Very much worth it.
We'll talk about your radio show later.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
Those were your hip hop cats, but hip hop tracks. Local. We've done international. Let's go local, man.
Oh man.
All time.
Okay. My first one, I was playing what you call H2O. H2O, it's wonderful.
Yes. And just now off air you were telling me you're supposed to be part of this podcast. One of the H2O guys. Which one?
Menzi.
Yeah, it's a wonderful world. H2O. Big up to H2O, but we're gonna soon we'll get them up on this podcast as part of our legendary hip hop niggas. Yeah. So it's coming within the next few weeks. Watch out for it.
My second track has to be Proverb featuring Reason, Street Music. That track, I think it's forever classic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my third one has to be Zaps Andiende. There's
that's
a track.
Yeah,
I love the track. The track, the fact that he's actually, highlighting, the polygamy, in our culture. You know what I'm saying? And my fourth one has to be Optical Illusion, capital O from Optical Illusion. And my last one, it has to be Cashless Society. Yes.
Those Uville niggas.
Hot and Tot.
The boys from Uville.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, great. Okay, let me just then run through my top 5 artists and top 5 tracks. Understand? Because it's not a one-way thing for you. It's a give and take. You understand?
For sure.
I have Mischief.
Oh,
you asked me about Mischief just now.
Rest in peace.
Let me tell you why I have Mischief there.
Rest in peace.
Because Mischief actually engineered the game for a lot of cats. She was probably the first VJ on Channel O.
Okay.
It was one of the first hip hop presenters on YFM. He was one of the first cats to do a hip hop live show with a live band. You understand?
Okay.
And then he was the first hip hop celebrity because everywhere you went and Mischief was there, was like, fuck, Mischief is here.
Serious? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put Mischief there, but in terms of Venek, man, because I'm deep into Venek rap because it's authentic South African type of rap, man.
Okay.
We got fucking Pro Kid.
Rest in peace to Pro Kid. I know you were going there.
R.I.P.
to Pro Kid.
You understand?
Kid. Yeah,
but sure. A lot of cats have been blindsided. There's like Uzakwe, KZT in terms of a Finnest.
Yep.
The nigga will fuck you up, man.
Yeah, he's really good. I like his flow.
So
his
I've
flow
got
is
Zakwe,
yeah.
I've got Mischief, I've got Pro Kid.
Man. I think Pro Kid is one of the legendary.
And then I think there's a nigga that transcends the generation thing, and that's Aries.
Okay, yeah, Aries is one of the greatest.
Aries is dope, man.
He's dope. Lyricist.
But the problem why he's not breaking through the roof commercially is because he caters for us niggas that appreciate real rap. He's a nigga that appreciates real rap.
Real rap, yeah.
So his rap is real. And sometimes it doesn't transcend the audiences that are supposed to listen to, like
especially the commercial.
Yeah, because your commercial, you've got people that are not really hip hop, but they're gonna go into a Kcee song like Kusheshe, Kusheshe, Kusheshe.
Yep.
and sing along and think it's a dope hip hop track when that thing is jacked, fucking fuck on.
You know what?
You
know what's the problem with commercial? Commercial, it's all about making money, especially when you go to, the mainstream. The mainstream is all about making money. They don't care about the culture. You know what I'm saying? They don't talk about the culture. They might talk, okay, this guy is doing hip hop, but when you go and you listen to that music, none of that music is hip hop. You know what I'm saying? None of that is, like electronics. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? If you go back in the days, you find out like most of the Kwaito artists, they were inspired by hip hop. You look at, like your Chiscop, for an example, like if you have like Mendoza and all these guys of general, look how they used to dress. They were inspired by hip hop. Your Delela,
Chiscop.
Chiscop,
those tracksuits.
You look at the wear teams, they wear like, this dress code where they got a Matelela, and all of this stuff. That dress code was inspired by hip hop. So because we wear baggy stuff, we used to wear baggy stuff. You know what I'm saying? So Kwaito.
On our way, I was telling him, my boy Mischiveous Charles is still baggy,
man. I'm still baggy.
Watch his shorts. And when you go down when you look at your shorts and like, this nigga fucking thinks this is 93. But that's being authentic hip hop. You stick to your shit. You don't really get easy. Because when the skinny thing started,
I'm not into skinny jeans.
But eventually, because sometimes the ladies that you're rolling with the Kcee, you end up following the shit. That's bullshit. Alright, let's go back to my top 5 hip hop artists. So I said Mischief, I said Pro Kid, I said which other third kid did I say?
Okay, you said
Zakwe.
Zakwe, yes. But then I'm gonna include
Aries.
Who?
Said Aries.
Who?
Aries. You said also
Aries. That's 4. So then I'm gonna include is this Magazine Max. Alright. He's never had a hip hop track that really blows through the roof. But you listen to that boy. That boy is talented.
That boy,
man.
you know what? Shit, I don't know how did I forget Mugs. What Mugs? I don't know how I forgot him, but Mugs is one of the greatest in South Africa. I'm just gonna put it straight.
He's underrated.
He's very
underrated. A lot of kids don't recognize him. But every time I see Mugs, the other day I checked him out. I think it was 2019 Hip Hop Awards. I checked him out there at the Lyric Civic thing. I'm like, Kcee, you're Kcee, man. You can't really sound like a groupie. I'm like, fuck, this is Max. Max, can we take a picture? When my phone fucked me up, battery gone. So that's how much I'm into that boy. A lot of people don't see him coming because he's never had a big hit. That guy is authentic.
He's a lyricist. He's a lyricist.
He
used to mess with Pro Kid. He used to mess with Pro Kid.
Yes. They rap together. Pro Kid used to respect him, man.
I remember one time they had a beef with the guy called Kato.
Kato on YFM. I remember.
But I think the beef went as far as
physical.
That was physical. And I remember the reason why it went so physical because I think the beef was between Pro Kid and Kato. Because they didn't finish up, they bowed due to certain reasons from the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And I think Muggs jumped into the beef. He did a diss track actually for Kato. It was disengaged. I think like that track was one of the greatest, man. I remember one or two lines that he said to Kato. He said, you don't actually have a fan. The only fan you got is an air conditioner. It's just
that's so.
It was really dope.
That's Magazine for you. A lot of kids don't know his name is Magazine.
Max is dope.
In short, it's called Max.
You should check out.
It's not really your top blowing up the roof type of hip hop artist, but
he's a dope lyricist.
To catch him on YouTube, that nigga is gonna fucking blow you. He's the all day a reach type of thing, man.
Man, he's a dope lyricist.
So that's 4 artists from. Is it 4 or 5 already?
Yeah, it's very
four.
Five.
And my 5th cat will be Zaps.
Zaps the last letter.
You
were a superstar.
A lot of niggas don't know about Zaps, especially the young boys. But yeah, I think Zaps.
He's a pioneer.
Because his lyrics transcended simplicity. You understand? They transcended simplicity. He wasn't a simple lyrical nigga. He was complicated.
For sure.
He'll drop you a voice. For you to understand it, you'll take 2 weeks trying to say, what the fuck is this nigga saying?
Yeah.
He drop like this.
Yeah.
So my 5th guy will be Zaps.
Zaps the last letter. Zaps the last letter. Yeah.
Alright, so that's it for that segment of the show, guys. We're gonna go to the next one. We're talking you, Mischievous Child, and your influence on the hip hop culture in the Eastrand. We're in the Eastrand, by the way. It's quite Tema, Springs.
Yeah.
That's where we're broadcasting from today, man.
Stand up.
Straight up from my boy's mini studio in his room here.
Yep.
As you can see, we can play music for you later and so forth from the studio. But it's quite Tema, Lapa, man.
Yeah.
And we all about talking about the old school cats and the new school cats that are coming up.
For sure.
Is there a nigga you want to tell us about that's really bubbling under the Eastrand? Who do you think is going to represent the next big story from the Eastrand?
You know, man, I have so many cats.
Yeah.
I have so many cats. I don't even have one. You know what I'm saying? As I said,
drop 2 or 3. Like 3 years from now, we're going to go back to the interview and say, fuck, Kcee Productions.
You know what? Like, I have.
Honest predicts them.
Yeah. You know what? Like, I have like cats right here. You know, you can take them as for an example, like Muggs. Muggs is there in the game, but I don't think he gets like that
the recognition that he
deserves, or he gets like the respect that he needs to have. So I have like one of my cats right here in the hood. Like, for an example, you have the likes of Savage Sosa. There's a guy called Savage Sosa. Savage Sosa is one of my greatest lyricist. You know what I'm saying? I always like go through his lyrics. I listen to his music. You know, he's always featured on my hip hop 20 countdown right there on my show. He's one of the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've listened to his music since I was young. You know, like when I came into the game, I found him there in the game. You know what I'm saying? I matured in the game while still listening to him. He's still one of the greatest lyricists that you can ever find right here in lyricists. Here in Kcee, basically. In Kcee. And you also have like, I have so many cats, but I'm just going to count like 3. You know what I'm saying? And you have the likes of Steezy Stylish. There's a guy called Steezy Stylish. Shout out to Steezy Stylish. He's I think he's one of the dopest, authentic, you know, lyricists. I like his flow. I love how he delivers. You know what I'm saying? Like, his flow is very much, you know, he comes from the same crew as Savage Sosa. Used to call themselves Red Ants. They even appeared in the Hype magazine, if you know Hype magazine. Magazine.
We're gonna go back to the Hype magazine later.
So he actually appeared there, and he had some of the dopest music. He worked with the likes of Catalyst, you know, the likes of Mutipa. If you don't know Mutipa from Eval, you know, he works with a whole lot of guys.
And
my last one has to be one of the guys from my crew, but he's not a recording artist. He's actually a freestyle artist. There's a guy called Jinx for my clique. He was actually called Jinx the Grim Reaper. We used to call him Jinx the Grim Reaper. He's actually one of the dopest freestylists ever that you can ever find in the streets. He's battle cats. You know, he's battled a whole lot of cats in the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Them up,
you know, very much. So I think those are my top 3. But I have, you know, most I have even most of them right here in my hood. Even outside, I mean, I work with cats even from Forslow. You have greatest cats from Forslow. You have cats from K1, which I know, like the Wolfpack clan. There's a clan called Wolfpack clan in K1. One of the dopest clans. They're really good with the content. They're really good with the flows. You know what I'm saying? And you also have cats from D-Town. I also mess with
cats from D-Town.
D-Town is Davidton.
Davidton.
You know, Davidton.
You guys are coming up with names.
You know what I'm saying? I mess with a whole lot of cats from Davidton. There's the cats. There's also cats called Maradona. Maradona, I don't know if you heard about Maradona. Maradona is one of the dopest cats that you can ever find. The music is dope, and they're also hosting like a session on the 26th of December right there in Davidtown. They called it Discord Polar. You know what I'm saying? You should go there right there and just check out the profile right there. They call themselves what they call themselves? Black Sand Music. They call it Black Sand Group. Black Sand. Yeah, go just check it out, man. They're one of the dopest cats right there. And man, yo, you know, Eastrand is just full with talent. You can also go to
Buhle Park. Bubbling under. So anytime any of those cats that we've managed, you've mentioned, can actually prop up.
Yeah. I also have a cat from Buhle Park called Gift Guidance. He's also like selling colognes. He's a street entrepreneur. He's also doing like colognes. He's also a rap artist. Man, I think his music is very much good. You know what I'm saying? I can relate to his mostly. He's a good lyricist too. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because the reason why I'm talking about underground games,
those guys are actually underground.
I've like come across underground kids that I didn't know. And 2 years later they blow up. I'm like, I remember that kid from
somewhere. Eh?
For example, I had a hip hop show at 94 Jutta Street. This is 94 Jutta Street in Braamfontein. Yes.
I wonder where was it?
so a guy like Flash wasn't known then.
Okay.
He popped up, he did his thing. A couple of years later, he blows up. But that's not the biggest nigga I need to talk about from that
era.
From that era of that hip hop show. It was 2018 or 2019.
Okay.
A guy comes up, he's not on the poster. He wants to perform. He calls himself Ntaba Yase Dubai. What the fuck? What type of name is hip hop?
Ntaba Yase Dubai.
Then a couple of years later, the guy fucking is the biggest track.
Yeah.
Skandalana Dumbe. You guys will know that track with Big Zulu.
Rick.
With Ricky and Big Zulu. So that guy, from his humble beginnings, trying to hustle his way into a hip hop show that we had in Braamfontein. He's not on our poster, but he's coming claiming he's got the lyrics.
Okay.
And I'm saying, damn, I say Dubai, man, fuck, that's not hip hop, man. Sounds like Skanda type of shit. But then the guy blows up, you understand? So you can never underestimate this underground hip hop track.
Yeah, you can't.
So they will blow up eventually. That's why I was asking you about the cats that we should look out for in the Eastrand.
Yeah. Those ones, as I told you, like, yeah.
But now, the elephant in the room.
Okay.
In terms of hip hop, I'm a piano, man. Fuck. It's fucking up the industry. That guy, those guys are like fucking up everything, understand?
Yeah.
I like Amapiano, man. At first I was like, I think the first time I heard the name Amapiano, I had a show on a Sunday, Monday that I was doing at a place called SYN in Perea, there in Joburg, you understand?
Okay.
And the DJ is there where a guy called Woza Dynamite, one of my boys, and DJ Smart, you understand?
Okay.
So, during the day when we were trying to attract the crowds, my point was, let's play old school Kwaito, guys.
Okay.
And then the guy's like, fuck Kwaito, let's play Amapiano. Like, what the fuck is Amapiano?
What is that?
They're like, Kcee, you never heard of Amapiano? I'm like, Then I started playing Amapiano. At that time, Amapiano didn't have vocals.
Okay.
The first piano track I think that had vocals was Msho Vumbali by Kcee the Small. Okay. So I was like, I was listening to that music. I started being hypnotized, man. Like, things going to my head, man. What the fuck? What type of music is this?
What's this? Yeah.
That was my first experience with Amapiano.
Yeah.
And then, but we all know where we are now at present. My career is blown up, man. Yeah. It's actually split the space out of hip hop. So what you think of, what's your take off on Amapiano? I know it's an authentic South African sound. We can export that. We can't export hip hop in a way because hip hop is not authentic South African. It's American, you understand? But Amapiano is authentic South African. It's being played. I was watching it the other day. Batilo went on Epitori, he calls himself Maradona. Focalistic.
Oh, Focalistic.
He was killing it in Dubai. The whole crowd, he was filled up in fucking Maradona was a Parkway Stadium. Then we do come on Pela and them, Casper filling up something in the UK, they in London, understand? Yeah. So it's a genre that you have to start taking serious. Because it's eating the bread from the hip hop guys. The hip hop guys used to dominate about Nasty C and everything. But now we don't even hear about Nasty C anymore. We're hearing about Angelique, Riz No Zuma, and all this. So what's your take on the Amapiano genre as a threat to the hip hop type of thing?
I don't think, like, see, you know what, like, people take Amapiano as a threat to hip hop.
Yeah.
I don't see it as a threat to hip hop. The reason why I'm saying this, like, you have to remember that hip hop is a culture. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And Amapiano is such a trend.
It's a trend.
People don't they see it as something good, which is, yes, it is a good music, like well, people love it, you know what I'm saying, which is good. Something that was invented in South Africa, which is good, you know what I'm saying. I cannot take anything away from Amapiano, you know what I'm saying. But the reason why I won't consider it as a threat to hip hop, because it doesn't speak the language that we speak as hip hoppers. Basically, if you see like most of the hip hop artists who jump to Amapiano is mainly because of the record companies. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to make money. Yeah, they're trying to make money. So exactly, they will take any artist. I mean, most of the artists, you know, they don't read the contract before they sign it. You know what I'm saying? They don't read the stipulation. Some of them, they wake up, you know, like, yo, dude, you know what's popping in the industry. We know what sells. You know what I'm saying? So we decided that you should do Amapiano. Even a recording artist like Reason just jumped and did Amapiano. You know what I'm saying?
This was the last kid that I was expected to jump on.
Exactly.
He calls himself Caesar Alcan.
You know what I mean? Now, like, exactly. Now, the reason why I think he's playing monopoly to the industry. But if he was just straight up, you know, as an artist by himself, independently, I don't think he ever, like, you know, would have done like Amapiano. I mean, I was mentored by Reason. You know, believe it or not, I was mentored by Reason. That's the reason why I put him in the picture. That's why I'm putting him in the picture, in the front line. The reason why I don't see like Amapiano, as I said, as a threat, because if you look at some of those genres they came out, you had Amaputra, they worn out. You had Ikom. You had it go, and some of the people saw it. I mean, some of the people, they saw it as a threat as they come out. But if you check it out, the years that it lasted, it didn't last so many years. Well, Amapiano came into the picture is a new trend. People love it, you know, people vibe to it, but I don't think it will ever take out the culture. It will take over the culture. So I don't see hip hop being taken over as over Amapiano, because
it's a temporal effect.
It's just a temporary thing. Like people are jumping onto it because they want to make money. You know what I'm saying?
Because as an independent observer of Amapiano and Tolentwan and Begile, these guys, they're actually releasing music every day.
Yeah, it's true.
And the track that was a hit last week is no longer a hit this week.
Exactly. You see what I mean?
In terms of the music type of thing, that's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable. Yeah.
So you've got people propping up every day. You understand? Amapiano, they're jumping in, but okay. Casper is very controversial. A lot of kids have come out and said he's selling the game, you understand? But that's a Tandana track of him with Bushe. I was watching the video the other day, I was like,
you know what the thing is?
He's never been my favorite artist.
You know,
he's always been on the borderline, you understand?
You know what? You know what? I have an issue with people who jump from one side to one side. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, at the end of the day, like for me, if you ask me what I stand for, you know what I mean? I will tell you straight. I'm for the culture, and I was for the culture. I never changed. You know what? The reason I've never choose like hip hop because I will change genres when I'm broke. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I choose hip hop even when I'm broke. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I still stick to it. You know, I've never choose hip hop because I want to be rich. You know what I'm saying? Most of the artists,
but it's a culture.
You know, as I said, like I never chose the culture to be rich. You know what I'm saying? I chose the culture because it's something that I love. Yeah. You know, I love the music. I vibe with the culture. Like this is what I live. This is what I live. I didn't jump to the culture because I saw when I go broke, I can switch to Amapiano
and make money.
No.
Respect to that, because even me, you know, there's reasons why I've been into hip hop. When I was 13, when I first heard a verse that says "fuck the American president doesn't represent the project," I was like, these guys are onto something, man. What the fuck are they saying? I was 13 at the time. I think it was NWA. I don't know which crew was that. And then from there, I sort of like grew with hip hop. I've never listened to the beats of hip hop. I've listened to the lyrics. Man, I understand. Which is why Hakim said, when the beats became more important than the lyrics, we started losing hip hop.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's my take on it. But I've got a few cats here in SA that I really respect in terms of hip hop, understand? But let's not be controversial and start dissing niggas.
Yeah.
Because fuck Casper, okay, I'm gonna diss him.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Fuck the nigga jumped the game. Not that he was part of us. It's always been fake. I'm gonna say it now. I know it's controversial, I can get sued, but fuck that.
But the reason why I'm saying this, Casper Nyovest, for an example, if Casper Nyovest came out and he said he was a musician, I would understand. You know what I'm saying? But he came out, everybody knew him as a rapper. As a rapper.
He used to dance for WHP.
You know, I mean, I don't think WHP would have been happy if he's seen him what he's doing right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what? I mean, like, Jabba used to work with a whole lot of artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, he worked with a whole lot of artists, but I don't remember one time he was doing house. I mean, he was living right there. There was a probability that he could jump from one genre to the other. But he still used to like firm, he still choose like that's the same thing. I think even Casper Nyovest should have like said, like, I'm a musician, I'm not a rapper. You know what I'm saying? If he said that, I would have messed with that. Like, even when he jumps on my piano, I was like, okay, this guy is a musician. He's not a rapper.
In terms of being disappointed about niggas jumping ship, Reason was a
there was a major disappointment for me.
Okay, he changed his name to Cecil Ken and everything, but I was like, fuck, Reason, man, I had respect for him. That guy is a fucking dope lyricist.
Yeah, he's a dope lyricist.
Hip-hop and him. Then I thought, okay, niggas need to feed their families at the end of the day.
That's what people say.
They need to feed their families. So if Papiano is going to feed his family, so be it. But my take on is niggas, when they start switching games, they must fuck off for good. You understand?
Well,
as much as we respect Reason, he's a top lyricist of hip-hop of all time in SA.
It's true.
But you've crossed the proverbial line, my nigga. Now you're fucking doing my piano.
Yeah.
Now you want to come back and tell us about fuck that.
You know what's the problem with that? Like if you jump ships.
Yeah.
Like imagine now you're doing like he was doing. You just did a joint with DJ Maporis. I don't have an issue with that. But now if you want to jump back and tell us like us as hip hop heads, we should switch genres. Yeah. Then it becomes a problem for me. It becomes a problem because you find it cool. Like he said himself, like it's not cool if you vibe with everything that everybody's cool with. He said it on one of his lines. That's what he said. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a track where he did with Pro Kid, with Black Les.
Yes, I know the track. Yeah,
Reloaded, what Fame Reloaded. You know what I'm saying? He said it's not cool to vibe with everything that everybody's cool with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You need to find something that you find entertaining yourself. You know what I'm saying? And stick to it. Yeah. But I think he found it, but at the same time, because of record companies, you know what I'm saying, they actually switch his image. Yes. Then they said, okay, this is what sells. Can you do this? And because I think he signed the stipulation and the clause, you know what I'm saying, he didn't have much of a say, so he had to stick to I'm a piano and do what is being told.
So those motherfucking record execs are the ones that are switching up.
Exactly. He doesn't switch. I don't believe that Reason would have switched, to what he's doing.
Because my take on Reason was like, fuck, this nigga is one of the most authentic hip-hop cats.
Very authentic.
For him to just ship, I can understand Casper jumping ship because Casper has always been finicky.
Yeah,
about where he stands.
Yeah.
But Reason, man, is the nigga.
We grew up on Reason. We grew up on Reason. You know what I'm saying? I knew he was, as I said, he's one of my top 5 lyricists. I don't know what happened, but as I said, oh my goodness.
Okay, there's battery there.
Guys, you can't.
Spaghetti lighter. Spaghetti spotlight. Okay, fine. This is South Africa, my people. We get load shedding in the middle of shit, but we're gonna put a spotlight. We'll continue this shit because we've got the next 2 hours of battery thing. Let me put it. So we'll continue with this thing using spotlight. Don't worry. Okay. Shit happens. This is SA for us, man.
Shit. It's load shedding, man.
It's load shedding. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Welcome to the SA game, man. Okay, fuck. Wait. I'm trying to put. Okay, can you put thing on your thing? Because this one is not seeming to pick. And then and then we'll continue with the shit. And we just